Hold on to your seats, Rams Nation, because we are witnessing a massive earthquake in the NFL that could change everything for our push toward a home Super Bowl. Reports are confirming that the front office is finalizing a blockbuster trade to bring a generational defensive superstar to Los Angeles. This move is an absolute game changer for our defensive front, but it comes at a significant cost that has the whole league buzzing. Before we dive into the details of this massive acquisition, make sure you hit that subscribe button, smash the like, and drop a comment below. You won't want to miss this. The massive acquisition of five-time All-Pro defensive end Myles Garrett by the Los Angeles Rams stands as the defining news of the 2026 offseason, fundamentally altering the team's defensive landscape. Reports confirmed by ESPN and NFL Network outline the blockbuster nature of this trade, which brings the two-time NFL Defensive Player of the Year to California. In exchange, the Rams are parting ways with two-time Pro Bowl pass rusher Jared Verse, along with a 2027 first-round draft pick and additional compensation. This move signifies a major shift for Los Angeles, as they aim to maximize their roster heading into the upcoming season at SoFi Stadium. Garrett, the former number 1 overall pick from the 2017 NFL Draft, brings an elite resume that includes 412 total tackles, 149 tackles for loss, and 125.5 sacks over 9 productive seasons. His ability to disrupt opposing offenses is well documented, having recently set the NFL single-season sack record with 23 takedowns last year, being tied for 20th in official NFL sack history and holding the third highest total among all active players. Highlights the caliber of talent now entering the building. For the Rams, this trade represents a calculated effort to bolster the pass rush immediately. The organization now holds control over Myles Garrett through the 2030 season, following his 4-year, $160 million extension signed last offseason with Cleveland. Importantly, the star defender waived his no-trade clause to facilitate the move to Los Angeles. With this transaction officially taking shape after intensive post-draft discussions, the team prepares for a new defensive era. Fans are already buzzing, ready to ram it, as the franchise secures a cornerstone talent to anchor their defensive front for the next several years, starting immediately. The trade process highlighted the specific requirements set forth by Cleveland to finalize the departure of Myles Garrett. While the Los Angeles Rams initially focused on sending draft compensation, the Browns remained adamant about including Jared Verse in the package. The inclusion of Verse, who accumulated 12 sacks and 22 tackles for loss over 2 seasons since being selected in the first round of the 2024 NFL Draft, was the primary point of negotiation. The discussions intensified significantly following the conclusion of the April NFL Draft, as both front offices sought to align their long-term interests. Myles Garrett, who had not participated in the Browns' offseason program and lacked direct interaction with new coach Todd Monken, becomes the centerpiece of the Rams' roster strategy moving forward. The sheer weight of his production, with 125.5 career sacks, provides the Rams with a proven force on the edge. His 7 Pro Bowl selections and status as a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year underscore the impact he is expected to have on the field. The Rams' willingness to part with both a high-impact player like Jared Verse and a future first-round pick illustrates the high value placed on securing a player of Garrett's stature. This transaction is not merely a depth adjustment, but a complete reorganization of the defensive identity for Los Angeles. By securing a player under contract through 2030, the Rams have removed uncertainty regarding their edge presence for the foreseeable future. The integration of Myles Garrett into the defensive scheme will be a primary focus as the team transitions into the next phase of the 2026 campaign. His arrival brings a standard of performance that few in the league can match, setting a clear trajectory for the defensive unit's expectations this season. Why does this matter right now for the team? The addition of Myles Garrett provides an immediate injection of elite production into the Rams' defensive front, a move designed to make the team significantly more competitive at SoFi Stadium next February. For a franchise eyeing a home Super Bowl appearance, the acquisition of a defender with 23 sacks in a single season is an unprecedented boost. This move impacts the defensive depth chart immediately, as Jared Verse was previously a focal point of the pass rush. Replacing that production with a 7-time Pro Bowler, like Garrett, increases the ceiling for the entire defense. The timing of the trade is critical, as it gives the team a full period of preparation to integrate such a transformative player into their specific defensive system before the season kicks off. The financial commitment, spanning through the 2030 season, demonstrates a long-term vision that secures the defensive line's stability. By waiving his no-trade clause, Myles Garrett has signaled a commitment to this specific transition, making him a central figure for the Rams' immediate and future goals. The absence of previous involvement in the Browns' offseason program suggests that Garrett will arrive in Los Angeles focused entirely on his new role under the Rams' coaching staff. As the team pivots from the departure of Jared Verse to the arrival of one of the most prolific sack artists in league history, the dynamics of the defensive line rotation will naturally shift. This change is not just about one player. It is about how the entire defense will function with a primary disruptor leading the way. The Rams are effectively doubling down on their ability to pressure opposing quarterbacks, a necessity in the modern game, while solidifying their roster against the challenges ahead. The departure of Jared Verse marks a significant transition for the Los Angeles defensive unit, as he was previously a key contributor since joining the team in 2024. Having logged 12 sacks and 22 tackles for loss in just 2 seasons, Verse represented a significant investment of draft capital and development time for the Rams. His inclusion in this trade to Cleveland underscores the high bar set by the Browns for parting with a player as accomplished as Myles Garrett. The compensation package, which includes a 2027 first-round pick, highlights the comprehensive nature of this deal. For the Rams, the focus now turns to internal adjustments and ensuring that the defensive scheme maximizes the unique skill set that Myles Garrett brings. His history of consistency, with 149 tackles for loss over 9 seasons, suggests that the team is gaining a player who excels in all phases of defensive play. As the dust settles on this blockbuster move, the attention shifts to how the defensive coaches will deploy their new asset. The trade essentially reshuffles the defensive hierarchy, placing the responsibility on Myles Garrett to justify the significant resources spent to acquire him. The Rams have consistently prioritized acquiring top-tier talent, and this move follows that trend by landing a player currently ranked 3rd among active sack leaders. This shift in the roster forces a reevaluation of expectations for the defense, as the presence of a 5-time All-Pro typically demands increased attention from opposing offensive lines. By removing Jared Verse from the equation, the Rams have effectively closed a chapter on his development, while opening a new one focused on the immediate championship aspirations anchored by Myles Garrett. The organization now moves forward with a clear mandate to integrate their new star into a winning setup before the season begins. The logistical conclusion of the trade involving Myles Garrett and the Los Angeles Rams cements a new chapter for both the franchise and the player. By securing a deal that holds Garrett through the 2030 season, the Rams have effectively locked in a pillar of their defense for the next several years. This agreement follows the $160 million extension he inked last year, a contract that now travels with him to the West Coast. The fact that the trade talks gained such rapid momentum following the April NFL draft indicates that the Rams were prepared to act decisively once the opportunity to acquire a player of his caliber arose. His record-breaking 23-sack performance from last season serves as the benchmark for his potential impact in a Rams jersey. The loss of Jared Verse and future draft equity is the price paid for this level of production and the stability that comes with a proven veteran who has appeared in 7 Pro Bowls. As the organization moves past the rumors and reports to the reality of the roster change, the expectation is that the defense will see an immediate evolution in its pressure capabilities. The Rams remain committed to their goal of appearing in the Super Bowl at SoFi Stadium next February, and this trade is a functional piece of that overall strategy. Every aspect of the trade, from the inclusion of Jared Verse to the relinquishing of the 2027 first-round pick, points to an aggressive posture from the Rams front office. With Myles Garrett now in the fold, the team is positioned to test their new look against the competition. The focus for the remainder of the offseason will be on the seamless transition of the star defender into the lineup, as the countdown to the regular season continues with intensified expectations for the defense.